Let's talk tariffs. Ports around the nation are seeing a surge in the number of shipping containers arriving as importers rush to get goods into the United States before Trump's global tariffs take effect. Seattle alone is seeing a 30% increase in shipments. That's according to the port. And experts are warning of a slowdown potentially on the horizon. Two guests join us tonight to talk about how these tariffs could impact goods coming into Washington state. John Wolf is the CEO of the Northwest Seaport Alliance. John McCarthy, the Alliance co-chair and commission president of the Port of Tacoma. Gentlemen, thanks for being with us tonight.
Thank you for having us.
Of course. Mr. Wolf, I'm going to start with you. First, just in layman's terms, in what ways will these tariffs announced today impact our local ports?
Well, it's really too early to tell. These tariffs have just been announced, and what we've seen thus far is that our volumes year to date through first quarter have been very strong, and much of that is probably as a result of the front loading that our customers have undertaken to get ahead of potential tariffs. And so our volumes, again, year to date are very healthy. What is uncertain is whether we're going to see a significant drop-off in freight volumes here as a result of the announced tariffs. So we'll have a better sense of that here early in the second quarter.
The 10% global tariffs take effect April 5th with higher rates for 57 countries starting April 9th. So, Mr. Wolf, how are exporters and importers adjusting their supply chains in anticipation of all of that?
Well, the supply chain is pretty resilient. I mean, if you look back to when we went through the pandemic, that was a very challenging time in the supply chain. And yet the supply chain adjusts to those global economic issues. And I'm confident that the supply chain is going to be resilient through this time of uncertainty. What we're possibly going to see is some blank sailings, and what we refer to there is that shipping lines will sometimes, when there's disruption in the supply chain, skip ports of call so that they can maintain a schedule. And so we may see some of that occurring. We also may see some supply chain congestion problems. Much of the freight that moves through our gateway is moved inland via rail. And so we're staying on top of that very closely with our rail partners. And the good news is right now, our gateway is very fluid. We have very low dwell time on our containers getting onto rail and into those inland markets. And so we're going to do everything we can to make sure that this gateway, Seattle-Tacoma Port Gateway, is going to remain fluid and competitive for our customer base.
Let me bring in Mr. McCarthy. Thanks for being patient. Are there any safeguards in place to protect local farmers, manufacturers?
I'm not aware of any safeguards. I hope this administration is considering how to protect U.S. growers and manufacturers. We are the second largest agricultural export gateway in the country, so we're very concerned about the impact that this will have on our farmers and other exporters. We've seen firsthand the impact that tariffs had on our apple farmers the last time this administration issued tariffs. It was devastating for that market for a number of years.
And also, Mr. McCarthy, the Port of Oakland has already reported that some of its importers are stockpiling goods ahead of the tariffs. Are you seeing that here?
We did see an uptick in cargo movement in the last couple of months. John might be able to elaborate a little bit more on that.
John?
Sure. Again, I mentioned the front loading. So our volumes year to date over first quarter last year are up over 15%. And so again, some of that is as a result of our customer base trying to get ahead of anticipated tariffs.
Let me ask you this, Mr. McCarthy. What are some of the long-term risks that these tariffs pose to jobs and regional industries? Why should people care about what's happening here?
And that's really an important question because business doesn't simply come back when tariffs are lifted. It takes a long time to cultivate customers. Our exporters are still struggling to regain the market share that they lost as a result of the last tariff increases. And any jobs lost as a result of less cargo has really significant consequences on our state economy and beyond. Our mission is job creation, and we remain concerned about anything that's going to negatively impact the 60,000 family wage jobs, which are directly tied to activity at our ports.
And then finally, what are you doing, each of you, in your own ways to try to minimize the impact that these tariffs are going to have on West Coast trade? Mr. Wolf, you first.
Sure. We need to stay very close with our customer base, and it's a very fluid situation we're dealing with right now. So both our customers and our supply chain partners are going to be part of the solution to get us through this challenging time of uncertainty. And we also are going to work very closely, as we have been, with our federal policy decision makers to help them understand the impacts of these tariffs and help guide strong policy as we move through an uncertain time.
And Mr. McCarthy, what about you? What is your biggest worry here?
Well, we at the Northwest Seaport Alliance, the ports of Seattle and Tacoma, we're going to continue the level of operational excellence that we're known for as a key U.S. Gateway. So we're going to advocate as much as we possibly can with our policymakers.
Gentlemen, Mr. Wolf, Mr. McCarthy, my thanks to both of you. We appreciate you helping us understand how this is going to impact our ports right here in the Northwest, which are so vibrant.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. We'll talk with you again.
Thank you.